Hello and welcome to Inspired Crafts. I'm Mel. I'm just checking I'm live in the right place before starting. Ooh. Just bear with me, Facebook's been a bit slow today. Okay. Right. Okay, looks as though I'm live in the right place. I'm a bit of couple of minutes late coming on. I had a couple of text messages I had to respond to before I could start, so sorry about that. I've had to play with the Balloon Festoon this morning and the in colours. I don't know. I'm not sure about this card. Really not sure. I won't show the stamps because most of them are on blocks, but this is the stamp set. And then this is the dies. This balloon is the smallest die that I've used, so it fits quite well on there. I was trying to sort of, I don't know, do it a bit different to that, but it is what it is. We can have a play with a different one, see whether I can do something a bit different with it. I've got the same coloured bases, but I mean this one obviously stands that way. This bit, I think it's this bit that I don't like so much. So yeah, don't know. So I thought I would do something different anyway on this. I have got the balloons cut out in the in colours. Oop. And I have got the little strings cut out in the in colours, and I've got them in white. Just because that's what I've done so far. And obviously I've got the same bases and stuff. So this is the hydrangea hue, and then this is barely blush, this pink. Which I thought they go quite a nice colour together. And then I've got a white inside and a white outside. So I thought I might do something slightly different. Just some different ideas on this with this stamp set. And right, so that's the outside. It's slightly smaller, but you get my, put that there, I know where that is then. I'm going to get my, I'm going to use barely blush, I think, because it's quite pale for what I want to do first of all. And give it some, I don't know where to put anything. Let me move that one out the way. Pop that there. And just need to check. Okay, I seem to have misplaced one of my other long don't know. Actually, I'll use this because it's here. Enjoy your day, it says. So I'm just gonna, I would have done this tone on tone, but as it's such a pale colour, I'm gonna just do it on the white. This would be really good for the stamping positioner to be used. I should have got that out really. I'm just going to go down randomly stamping it. From the one side. I don't know what this is going to look like either, mind, so it will be, it's just something different on the background. A different stamping idea really, to be able to give you a different different look or a different idea. You could do this with any what am I trying to say? Any sort of sentiments, really. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh dear, I need my coffee. I haven't finished my cup of coffee yet, so I am just going to have a swig of coffee. Right, and because we're using the blue, I'm not going to use all 5 in colours, I think. I think I'm going to use these, and I'm going to do it a bit more like a bunch of flowers, a bunch of balloons even. But I want to stamp on the balloons. Now, this is a little, I don't know if you can see this, little swirls and dots. So I think I'm going to do that. But I'm going to do it tone on tone. You could do it in Versamark and heat emboss on there, which would be really pretty. Right, there's that one. Sorry, I've got to just clean that off. I'm going to do the crisp cantaloupe. I'm going to do with the dots. And then the stars are going to go on the Barely Blush. Just in case you haven't seen these wonderful ink pads yet, they're the new ink colours, which is the only colour range we have at the moment in this style of ink pad. They're magnetic, and oh my goodness, they are so easy. So easy to open and close. It's probably one of the reasons why I'm using the ink colours more than any other colour at the moment, because they are just amazing. No faffing with which way round you have to try and open it. Or ooh, still had a bit of blue on there from earlier. See if I can line that, that's better. Yeah, so amazing. I really don't want to have to buy all of the colours that I've already got in them, but I think it will end up being a must-have, because it's just, they are so amazing. Right, so I'm going to put the white ones on, I think, this time, because I've got that stamping on there. They will show up better, but I don't want them to be over the top, so just glue these on and put them out of the way for a minute. Just a tiny dab. And then they go on there. When I was doing this earlier, I was getting glue everywhere, all over my fingers, and of course it was then pulling this bit back off, and so best to try not to get glue everywhere. I'm just going to let those dry, and while I'm doing that, I want to stamp something on the inside. Up there. So one of the stamps is like a bit of a banner, or a, do you know what we call them? You know, the sort of, yeah, not banners as such, but you know what I mean, the twirly hangy bits that hang from the ceiling, or just want to put a little bit on there. And then in the same colour, I'm just gonna pop some of the smaller ones on. Right, and then there's a happy birthday in the middle. Can move that out the way. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to glue this bit inside. Okay, and then I've actually got a tiny bit of glue on there, but we'll ignore that. That must have come off the other card. I don't think it will particularly show up. Right, so that's that bit ready. I'm going to bring this bit back in and put these somehow as like a bunch of balloons. I want them maybe a bit more like that. So I'm gonna, the first one I'm gonna put flat, and you know, it would really be a good idea to cut these out with the self-adhesive backing on the card before you cut them out, and then all you've got to do is peel them. I'm just going to pop a tiny strip of glue just to hold that bottom bit down. I'm going to pop this one on a dimensional, and I don't want to squeeze my glue too hard and end up with too much glue everywhere. So right, so that one is going to go like that. Ooh. So this is where you get glue on your fingers. Much easier if you use the adhesive backing. And then this one, I'm going to pop it sort of there. Okay, and the reason why I've obviously not stuck this onto there yet is so that I can just trim those bits off, like so. And then these can go on there. Now in the dies, you've got these little pieces here which you can cut out and add on to make it look as though it's a bit sort of shimmery. It sort of gives the light a bit. But I've actually got, I'm going to use my use of my shimmery oh, something's falling down. It's alright, nothing important. My shimmer brushes in the in colours. I don't know if you can see that how well it, but I've just gone over this bit with the very tip, and it's not made it any wider, so you can do it ever so gently. And then you get a bit of shimmer. It's a bit like the Wink of Stella, but not as sorry, concentrating and talking at the same time is a bit difficult at times. It's not as shimmery as the Wink of Stella. But, I mean, you can see the glitter in it. It's absolutely gorgeous. These I love them. Just gonna. I haven't tried it, but I would imagine you can paint onto your stamp with it, and then stamp it onto. But I don't know. So I've not tried it. So that one's got that, and then this is the cantaloupe, crisp cantaloupe. Just going to do a few of those. Okay, so even though it does say enjoy your day, I'm still going to do a sentiment on a piece of paper. I'm going to do it in, just checking that my stamp is straight before as straight as possible. And I'm going to stamp it in the hydrangea blue. I can get it in the middle. Okay, so it's a bit too thick for my liking at the moment, so I'm gonna pop that in, just trim that edge off, And then I'm going to now I can either put that across. I think I'm going to actually cut it into a banner, so I'm going to just snip halfway, then from corner into that point. Trim that bit off. I will say I've got the fan going, but I am glad that it's cooler this week. Last week was a bit too hot for sitting in my craft room, really. Even with the fan going, it's only a little portable fan, so it was a bit mad. But we've had quite a bit of rain and quite a lot of thunder and see whether that's still going to stick. Oh yeah, it's just, ooh, the glue dot has moved across a little bit, so I'm just going to fold that. Probably put that back on there. Let's do that. Put these. Add a bit of bling on. We always like a bit of bling. Okay, so I must say I do prefer this card to this one. I think it's these colours that, though they're all the in colours, these two are my least favourite. These tend to be a bit more a bit easier, I think, for me to look at and do things with. Anyway, yeah, playing with the ink colours simply because I like the ink pads and most of the colours. Right, so I'm gonna leave it there. Just a short and sweet, just a simple card really, nothing too fancy today. And yeah, I shall be back next week. Okay, thanks for watching and take care. Bye.